How are you guys doing today? My name is Apple Crater, and as you can see, it is a brand new month, so we are recapping last month's earnings from my social media management agency for you guys, as we do every single month here on the channel. And just a quick disclaimer here, this is going to be the last sort of boring earnings report that I present to you guys. The last couple, I know they've been kind of dry. It's mostly just looking at a spreadsheet. So I want to keep them pretty fresh, and going forward, I want to make them a little bit more interesting for you guys. So I've been getting a little more experience with Excel, so hopefully we'll get some charts, some graphs in here. And I also want to start experimenting with new sort of ways of making money and sort of give you guys updates on how those actually work. So I've got a couple affiliate partnerships that I might sort of experiment with and really see how we can get those working. But I want to make these more informative and more of a learning experience rather than just me going through a spreadsheet. So that being said, I guess let's just go through the spreadsheet really quick as well, actually. I'm doing this thing with my ad revenue where I'm putting it into a portfolio that my subscribers actually get to invest. So if you want to be a part of that, there's going to be a link in the description below. It's basically just a Facebook group where I'm going to allow you guys to submit ideas. We're going to put up, we are putting up polls that you can vote on as far as what we should do with the money in the portfolio. And then we're going to keep you guys updated with what it's actually doing and allow you guys to track it real time, just to hopefully allow you guys to learn learn about investing and how the market actually works without having to have your own money on the line. Because I wasn't going to put ads on the videos, but then somebody gave me this idea and I was like, that's a decent idea, let's test it out. So we're doing that. There's like $70 so far. We're going to kick off the portfolio and actually start investing when it hits 100. So we're going to get pretty close. I'm going to say probably within about a week, we'll have that $100 mark in that account. And at that point, we can actually start investing and start seeing what's actually going to happen. So definitely check out the link in the description below. But let's just get into this spreadsheet for this month for last month of October. Okay, so as you can see, the letters here are just different clients of mine. And one thing that I've learned this month is that I want to sort of focus in on a few clients that I serve to a very, very high extent rather than just spreading myself very thin across many clients, just because I've got this big project in the works right now that I really want to be devoting a lot of my time to. And then I also do want to keep up the YouTube videos and the podcast. So there's a lot of stuff on my plate right now. So I need to focus more and be less spread out. So we've got R here, which is again our big ticket client, $400 a week from that client. That's pretty consistent here. We had a $450 as well, and that was from, I think I had an extra project for them. So again, that's pretty standard. And then our other client, M, who has been with us since the get, is a much smaller ticket client. That's $40 a week. And then we actually decided to go for just $160 for the month. So it's just going to be $160 for the month. That's fine. And then we've got J, which is a new client that we picked up this month. $125 a week minus PayPal taxes gets us to about $121. Again, pretty basic there. It's just basic social media management with all of these clients. Again, I'm doing more for some than for others, and for some there's multiple accounts, for some there's just one account. So again, that's why the prices are so dramatically different. But it really just depends on what the client wants and how long that's going to take you to do and how you want to charge them for that, and just really how much they are bringing in. That can really dictate how much they can actually pay you. So that's just something to keep in mind. And then the other quick things over here, this is sort of, so again, I have it listed here on this side of social media management agency. This side is coaching. This stuff down here is not directly related to social media management, more on the side of personal brand / virtual assistant work. So got some affiliate marketing commissions here, about $81. That's primarily from this engagement group for Instagram. It's called Executive Mafia. If you want to check that out, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I can fill you in with really how that works. But it's a decent way to bring in some residual income. And it's also really good for growing an Instagram account. If you're trying to grow an Instagram account, this is how I took one of my accounts to like 30,000 followers in like a month and a half. So it's definitely a good way to grow an account. It's definitely worth the money that you pay for it. But that's some commissions that I got from that. Some paid promotions on some of my accounts, primarily one of the accounts that I'm managing. I get a share of all of the promotions that I find and do on that page. So that added up to about $211 for this month. So not too bad for those. And then editing. I had this project where I was editing videos for one of my clients, and that was a $500 project. So again, I'm really all about trying to find those little extra ways to make a couple extra $100. So I'm not going to turn down video editing projects because I feel like I'm like above them, because I'm definitely not. I edit my own videos, so like I'm definitely willing to edit other people's videos. I'm definitely not a professional video editor by any stretch of the imagination, but just basic stuff. I'm willing to do that. And then on this side of the column for income, we have just basically the coaching stuff that I've done. So I do a little bit of coaching here and there. I've been upping my prices lately just because I feel like my time is getting more valuable, especially I have so many projects that I'm working on that I just need to focus more. And I think I might be toning down on the coaching side of things. Again, these are mostly towards the beginning of the month. I'm sort of trying to ease myself off of these as we move forward throughout the months. So again, we were doing some $30 coaching, moved up to $40 coaching. But all in all, nothing too significant there. Added up, we've got our income from social media management, income from coaching. I think I've got a total for that down here. It's $3,184 is how much that was for the month. So that's what I grossed, which is not too bad. I mean, I'm a college student, so I'm definitely not upset with that amount of money. That's real money right there. So. And then let's see what the expenses are, see what the net is. So first off, we've got, okay, so I went to this conference probably about 2 months ago now, maybe a month and a half ago, I'm not really sure. It's called FinCon. I made a couple of videos about it that are still coming up. I think I posted 2 this week with Greg. Greg Chats Cash, met him at FinCon. We recorded those videos at FinCon. So I already bought next year's ticket because it's on a steep discount for, basically if you buy it way ahead of time, they'll give it to you for a steep discount. So I did that. I might get that money refunded to me if I end up booking a speaking gig there. I talked with the dude who owns it for a while, and he said I might be able to get hooked up with sort of giving a workshop there. So if that works out, then I'll get that money back. But if not, it's $200 that I would gladly spend to go back to that conference. It was an amazing experience. So definitely worth it to go back to that. This is one of my employees. Well, my only employee. I'm not including contractors on here. I don't think I paid. Yeah, I didn't pay. Well, yeah, here's one. So basically, I work with one employee and a couple different contractors. So the contractors, basically all they do for me is create posts. And by posts, I just mean social media, graphics, designs, whatever. So that's what this is all about. This is for one of my accounts, just some posts for it. That was $17 that I paid to a contractor. Over here, I have an employee that I was paying $50 a week, and then I gave him some more stuff to do, pumped it up to $75 a week. Again, not super significant, but it's really only like 3 to 5 hours of work a week for this guy. So it's nothing huge, but I just needed to get some work off my plate so that I could focus on the things that I want to be focusing on right now. So that's pretty standard there. That all adds up to like $250 that went to him for the month. So I think that's all right. Got a ClickFunnels subscription. This cost me $97. Still haven't. Really what I'm using ClickFunnels for right now is to build my email list. So ideally by the time I launch this new project, I'm going to have, well, I guess I already have over 2,000 emails. But I'm probably going to shoot for about 2,500 emails. And ClickFunnels is a great way to collect emails. They have really good landing pages. Aweber I'm using to store my emails, so that's $29. So all in all, building my email list has been pretty expensive. But hopefully it's going to pay off in the long run. I'm sure it will. An email list is a really valuable asset to have. And I'm really trying to provide as much value for my email list as possible. So right now I've got about, I think like 10 or so valuable. Like I'm not just sending people promotions. I'm creating valuable emails that actually help people grow their agencies and really get started with starting a social media management agency. So that's really what the email list is all about, just trying to give people as much value as possible. I'm not trying to, I don't spam people. I don't sell their information. That's just stupid. Here is back to the Executive Mafia. So here's what I'm paying for their services. I actually, yeah, so it comes out to about $36 a month, but this 7 is from a friend of mine who's paying me back for it. So I don't even know. All in all, it's costing me like 28 bucks a month. And in total from affiliate commissions, I think I've gotten like $600 from them. So $28 for the last two months, I think, versus $600 in affiliate commissions. I think it's definitely been a worthwhile investment for me, and it's allowed me to grow an account to over 30,000 followers. And then the last expense here is just a pop filter that I'm not actually using right now, so it probably sounds pretty unfortunate when I do the p sound. It probably sounds like I'm like puffing some air into the mic, but you know, I'm gonna try my best to not do that. But yeah, that was like $7.50 off Amazon, and just because I'm not in my normal recording place right now, I'm not using that. But yeah, that was $7.50. So all in all, expenses came out to about $630, which is significantly lower than last month, because last month we paid what, $1,000 for Wix, and then we went to FinCon, which was another I don't know, like $500-600. So expenses this month have been a lot more reasonable, which has allowed my net income to be about $2,400, which is definitely not bad again for a college student. What is this? Oh, actually, it's about $2,500 because I didn't include the income over here from coaching. So yeah, we got coaching, so that brings it up to $2,500. And then as far as, yeah, so that's a 79% margin. I think that's how you do math. I don't know. Made that formula. Not really sure what it was for, but I think that's what it was for. And then I just do this. I take out taxes because I'm estimating 25% taxes. So all in all, take-home income is assumed to be about $1,900. Just if I'm assuming a 25% tax rate, which I think is pretty reasonable for the amount of money that I'm making right now. I think that is pretty reasonable. So all in all, just under $2,000 after taxes, which I think is, I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. But I think it's important to see, like, I'm grossing over $3,000, but like after expenses and taxes, you have to realize that that's not an actual $3,000 of profit. So it's really important to make that distinction between gross, net, and then actual take-home income, I think. Just because a lot of people talk about how much, like, especially if you have like an e-commerce store, you can talk about how your sales are like millions of dollars, but if your profit is only like $20 because you're barely making a profit off of the things you're selling and then taxes come in, it's just important to make that distinction and really look at where the money is actually moving and like where the cash flow is, rather than just like what the numbers say. So that's basically it for the income report, guys. Again, next month I'm going to try to make these a little bit more interesting. Maybe add some graphs. If you guys have any ideas for how to make these more interesting as well, and like what you want to actually see me do, if that be like experiment with like different affiliate offers across my Instagram pages or whatever, definitely let me know in the comments below. I'm really open to interpretation or like suggestions with this, just because I was thinking this would be a good idea to share this information with people, but I want to do it in a way that is beneficial to you and that's actually going to bring you value. So I definitely just want this to be as valuable as possible. So let me know what you want to see from this series going forward. And how I can bring as much value to you as possible. So that's basically it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you had a ton of value out of it. If you did, again, remember to smash that like button down below and consider subscribing if you got some value out of this as well. Because I make videos about my social media management agency, how to grow your own, 3 to 5 times a week. So stay tuned for that. I also have a podcast. It's called Young Smart Money. It's on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher. It's on like 11 different podcast platforms. So check that out as well. I basically bring on young entrepreneurs who are doing really cool stuff financially. I interview them, see what they're up to, see how they got to where they're at, and what they can share with a audience of young people who are looking to start hustling, start getting places. So definitely stay tuned for that. The latest episode was all about student loans. Actually, we had this guy who started a business called Student Loan Planner come on and talk about how there are people with over $1 million in student loan debt, how it got this bad, and what's coming next, because it's kind of a bubble. I don't want to get down this rabbit hole right now, but it was pretty interesting. It was a great conversation. I had a ton of fun. Thank you guys for sticking around. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I've got a free video training in the description below on how to start your own social media management agency. Check it out.